Hello everyone and welcome back to SliverStar Arcade and more. The Great Ace Attorney. In the last episode, we started the trial for Gina Lestrade, and we are already at the summation examination. Yeah, they shot for a guilty verdict that quickly. Also, Garadib is back. And the Russian guy from Case 2. All the evidence clearly points the finger of guilt at this young pickpocketina. As a housemaid, I should like to see all filthy eyesores promptly and rigorously eliminated. And I think you'll find if you look at that photograph in stereo, the truth will just pop out. If I have, I can't get the voice right. I remember If I have left it in there, I should think there'll be repercussions by now. Mind made up. Stop. Global radio transmission, a verdict to follow. Stop. So that's obviously the... In motherland. No. Oh, what's with me today? I can't do voice. In motherland, we say never judge by clothes, judge by head. I am convinced brothers are innocent. The circumstances of the crime and evidence do indeed implicate the defendant rather comprehensively. The storeroom. No. Man, I suck at voices today. What's his objection sound like? Objection! The store... No. Man, I'm off my game today. The storeroom, locked from inside, in which the victim and the accused were discovered alone. And in the accused's hand, the fatal revolver, the firing of which was heard by these witnesses. Not to mention, this print. Oh, I forgot about this picture. Taken from a chap who's seen action on the battlefield. That young girl's on the verge of pulling the volley trigger. Her finger is on the trigger. Thanks a lot, Mr. Sholmes. Oh dear, Hurley's cameras were supposed to help, not hinder. Oh yeah, that's right, so the sun's gone. Man, everything sucks right now. I'm afraid I think you have an uphill struggle ahead of you. But Gina didn't shoot Mr. Windybank. Which means there's more to his situation that we've yet to see. Agreed. So you can read minds now too? You have the floor, counsel. Proceed with the summation examination. Jury examination. The defense's rebuttal. All the evidence clearly points the finger of guilt at this young pickpocket. Hold it! You're Mr. Natsumi's landlord, Mr. Garadib, aren't you? We really must stop meeting like this. I like how he looks to the side. Oh, you're that lawyer chap. Well, there's a turn up for the books. Yes, rather turbulent time we had back then. Some extraordinary events took place at your house, that's for sure. Luckily, Mr. Sholmes and I were able to get to the bottom of it all. I think we did a rather lot for you, didn't we? I mean, obviously. I wouldn't be suggesting that therefore you should change your leanings, not guilty or anything. I love how he's like blushing and looking to his side. Can't be denied, I suppose. The curse of the Garadib house was the talk of the town after that business. Lodgers moved out and I couldn't get a bally soul to take up the tenancy. Oh. Yeah, you kind of screwed him over. Haven't had the heart to break the news to Joanne yet. But enough that the old girl's clapped out. Too many loud noises in the house. What does that mean, clapped out? Yes, can't be denied. You did do rather a lot. But not for us, that's for dashed certain. I suppose not. Of course. There can be no suggestion of that being the reason I'm leaning towards guilty here, obviously. Obviously, but honestly, I really wish you'd pay more attention to the trial and less to juror number 2. Wait, what? What was it implied he keeps looking over at juror number 2?
Hold it!
Polishing the bench, I see. Again. A maid's work is never done. Not a blemish must remain. What exactly do you mean by filthy eyesores? On my way to market for his lordship, I have to pass through the East End. The place is full of beggars, pick-pursers, and crossmen, the scum of the earth. A little harsh, perhaps? Let me be plain. If it were up to me, all those back slums would be made spick and span or eradicated. At least we have people like the great detective working to achieve these important goals. You're referring to Mr. Herlock Sholmes? That's right. I like to keep abreast of his exploits by reading Rand's magazine in between my duties. He does wonders cleaning up London streets. In my opinion, he should be declared an honorary maid of the capital. Mr. Sholmes, the maid. It's really quite unforgivable, gutter scum, having the audacity to shoot our very greatest detective. Minor detail, it was the 2 brothers in the stand who shot Mr. Holmes, not the defendant. A minor detail indeed. They're all gutter scum as far as I'm concerned. Well, it just might be an idea to get our facts straight anyways. Yes, alright, I shall amend my statement. Those brothers are the scum of the earth. They should Jesus, they should swing for shooting the detective. Alright. Well, actually, let's press that, just in case anything comes up.
Hold it!
I agree with you. The shooting of Mr. Sholmes was an unforgivable act. But the purpose of this trial is to determine who shot the pawnbroker, Mr. Windybank. I'm afraid you're splitting hairs, sir. Sorry? Whether it was the thieves or the pick-purse, it was still gutter trash that shot the pawnbroker in the end. Filth that should be cleaned up and eradicated, in my considered opinion. Thanks so much for sharing. Changing this maid's mind isn't going to be easy. So, Bruno, it was one of those 2 brothers that shot Hurley, wasn't it? Yes, without question. Well then, I'll never forgive them. Oh, Iris. Perhaps we can use this maid's statement to help us somehow, do you think? Yes, maybe. Let's listen carefully to what each juror has to say first. I think you'll find...
Hold it!
What do you mean, look at the photograph in stereo? Sorry, what? Don't you know? If you look at the photographic print normally... It looks as though the pickpocket girl is about to shoot the victim, obviously.
Objection!
But there's no indication that the defendant ever fired the gun. All I'm saying is that if you look at the same print in stereo, it could reveal all sorts of new information. By any chance, are you a fan of stereoscopes? Ooh, how did you know? Let's call it a lucky guess. It never gets old seeing the 2 prints merge into one before your eyes. It's extraordinary, it's captivating, it's the height of modernity. Of course. Oh yes, I think you'll find that the stereoscope is here to stay, giving us new perspective we could only dream of before. It's the greatest invention the world has ever seen. If only it could give me a new perspective on this case, I might agree with you.
Hold it!
What exactly have you been muttering about all this time, sir? You keep talking about having left something somewhere or something like that. Ah,
So sorry. As you can probably tell, I'm a surgeon.
A surgeon? That totally passed me by. No, I can't do that voice. Alright. Of course, people conducting surgery in this country aren't considered to be doctors. Oh no. Even though me and my kind are at the forefront of medical science, the real brains in the field. So, what is it you think you've left behind? Oh, well, that's a little embarrassing to be honest. You see, I was operating on someone yesterday. Standard thing, went in through the abdomen. But when I'd finished the procedure, I couldn't find my scalpel anywhere.
What? Did he? Surely not.
Exactly, surely not, you say to yourself, don't you? Worrying, isn't it? That's what's been troubling me this whole time. Could I really have left my scalpel inside the fellow's belly? No, of course, I couldn't. So, there you have it. Like I said, it was a little embarrassing, really.
That's one way of putting it. The other is manslaughter.
That's exactly my concern, and seeing as this case appears to be all but sewn up, I need to focus on trying to remember exactly what I've sewn up elsewhere. No, I'm sure I made sure everything was back as it should be. Well, as sure as you can be without being sure.
I'm sure you need to be more sure.
Mind made up, stop.
Hold it!
Sorry, radio transmission? What do you mean? Are you from the Far East? Stop. Yes, from the Empire of Japan. All communication with Far Eastern nations used to take place by mail. Royal Mail steamers take more than a month to complete the journey.
Ah, but now we have the electric telegram, so we can send messages using electric signals. Thousands of miles of cables have been laid along the ocean beds, connecting the entire world.
Thousands of miles of cable in the ocean bed? Makes my head hurt just thinking about it. You are well informed, young lady.
Aw, look at that.
But cables will soon become a thing of the past. Stop.
And just when I was starting to catch up.
Radio transmission is the future. Stop. Messages carried over airwaves to four corners of the globe. Stop. Excitement growing. Stop. Atmosphere electric. Stop.
Right. Try not to wear out your fingers.
Era of wireless telegraphy. Stop. Driving technology. Revolution. Stop. And people say inventions like the stereoscope are the height of technology. What other piffle? I can't understand it. I really can't. They're just silly toys.
Excuse me.
Juror number 3? Sorry to interrupt when you're obviously fuming, but... What? Oh no, this music. Do you perhaps have something to say about juror number 5's last remark? As if I couldn't guess. Oh, you bet I do! Say that again! Go on, I dare you! Goodness, are you talking to me?
I think he just might be, yes.
You think stereoscopes are just toys, do you, huh? Absolutely. I mean, really, a machine to view photographs in 3 dimensions. Why on earth would you not just use your eyes to look at the world around you? It's all 3-dimensional.
What a great way to appease the man.
No, I'm sorry. Stereoscopes are of no practical use at all.
You just don't know!
Pardon?
I think you'll find that viewing a photograph through a stereoscope can unlock all sorts of possibilities. I'm obviously going to have to demonstrate.
What sort of possibilities?
Well, take a crime scene for example. If you had a pair of photographs from a crime scene that could view through a stereoscope, it could reveal hidden clues you've never even noticed before.
What? Have you got any, Reno? Any prints we could look at with a stereoscope?
Do we?
I mean, we need 2, right? I'm gonna save real quick. Absolutely. How about this print here? It should do the trick, I think. Can we do this one? I thought you needed 2. Alright then, juror number 3. Are you saying you can do this with any 2 suitable photographic prints?
Of course I can.
Very well then, I'd like you to demonstrate.
I'd be delighted to. Just one more print and I'll amaze you all.
Take that!
Wait, sorry? What do you mean, one more print?
Oh dear, don't you have these in the Far East? Don't you know how a stereoscope works?
Bruno, what? You need 2 photographs for a stereoscope, remember? You know, one for the left eye and one for the right. Oh yes, I remember now. But the print we have from the pawnbroker is just a normal photograph.
No, I think you'll find that the clue is in the name. It's a stereoscope, not a monoscope. You always need 2 prints.
Thanks for the friendly explanation. Well, if we obtain... Ah, God, my voice. Well, if we obtain another print at some point later in the trial, we can always show it to this young man then. I think you'll find the know-it-all expression is really starting to annoy me.
Let's get things back on track, shall we, Counsel? All we need is another shot from a slightly different location. We can see the scene in 3 dimensions.
But then there, I should think there'd be repercussions by now. Mind me up, stop.
In Motherland,
Unconvinced brothers are innocent.
Hold it!
Please tell me you're not villain Bolshevik. The Russian revolutionary. Revolutionary?
Da, I believe there is such a rumor.
It's just a rumor?
As you see, I have unfortunate appearance. I look like weakest criminal.
Your words, not mine. Just want to point that out.
People told me revolutionary, murderer, autocrat.
And which glove fits?
Good day, I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please.
Hey, that didn't sound staged at all. You'll forgive me for having my doubts.
To be treated like vicious criminal all the time. It is very painful, people do not realize. So I have much sympathies for these brothers. People say they are criminals only because of how they look.
The Skulkin brothers?
Da! Maybe they went inside pawnbroker's shop, but they have done nothing wrong. That is all what I want to say.
The Skulkin brothers did nothing wrong that night. Alright, well first of all, that's one not so little misunderstanding I'll need to clear up straight away. Tell me something, Iris. What is it, Runo? The jurors are chosen at random from the inhabitants of London town, aren't they? Yes, it's amazing, isn't it? In that case, how is it that there's a Russian tourist sent among them who looks for all the world like a revolutionary? I wish I knew. I can't change the minds of more than half of these 6 jurors. The trial will be over. But we know that Jeannie would never shoot anyone. Yes, so we need to find contradictions in what these jurors are saying and put them against each other. I must be ready to go to whatever lengths I have to convince them of Ginny's innocence. All the evidence clearly points the finger of guilt at this young pickpocket. Whoops. Hit against you.
Objection!
These two statements clearly contradict each other. Good lord. Counsel, explain yourself. Oh my statement contradictory. Juror number 6, you've got the wrong end of the stick. I do not have stick, I have mouse. Listen to this music. As juror number 2 said earlier, when the Skulkin brothers fled the scene on the night in question, they fired a shot from their revolver. Yes, they shot poor Mr. Sholmes in the abdomen, I understand. Surely you're not going to tell the court now that you didn't hear. Abdomen, A-B-D. Sir? Sorry, my English is still learning. You are telling the court you didn't hear. Forgive me, I did not hear. Here is word abdomen, part of person's body containing stomach and other vital organs. If this is what you mean, you should say in plain English. I am Russian, not native speaker. Who thought it was a good idea to let this man be on the jury again? So, you are telling me these brothers who look like criminals were lying? They said before, we never done nothing, but truth is, they shot detective. Da, this is double negative. Yes, that's exactly right. Got it. Lying is wrong, especially when a lie is said by person who looks like criminal. Coming from you, that seems surprisingly prejudiced. Thus means, when they said we never took nothing, maybe it was also a big fat lie. Is this true? Well, according to the police report, no stolen goods were found, so... Enough! I trust no one now. It's not the mouse's fault though, sir. I must see with own eyes. I must investigate crime scene myself. I'm afraid that won't be possible. Yes, it is, Reno. Easily. Sorry. With the prints from Hurley's red-handed recorder. Ah. If you compare the print that pictures Ginny and the next print from half an hour later, you'll be able to see straight away if anything was taken or not. Cooey, Mr. Prosecutor. Tut. Calling on the prosecution in the middle of a summation examination of all times. The print showing the accused threatening the victim after she broke into the shop is this one. Following this, the victim and the accused moved into the storeroom. Meanwhile, the Skulkin brothers entered the shop and summarily heard the fatal gunshots ring out. Sadly, none of these events were captured on film. This is the print produced by the camera half an hour later, after the brothers' flight. So this was taken after Hurley was shot then. As far as I can tell, nothing has been taken. It does seem to be the case. Can't notice anything that's obviously missing in the second print. That's why we need the stereoscope. So, the brothers who look like criminals told only one lie. They shot man, but they stole nothing. It would seem so, yes. Good. No, not good. You were right. I did not understand the situation. Now I know brothers have lied. I think it is very important to continue with trial. Hey! Yay, well done, Runo. The balance is shifting. Well, it's a start, I suppose. But there must be more in what these jurors are saying that I can use to expose the truth. And if I can do that, We just might turn the situation to our favor still.
Thank you, Counsel. Continue in with the summation examination. And kindly hand the new photographic print to the bailiff to be filed as evidence.
The post-shooting photo has been entered into the court record. Photograph taken automatically by the red-handed recorder showing the scene after the murder taking place. Another print in the court record. I wonder if we can make use of that.
In lake of lies, many are many dead fish. We must find truth. Therefore I say, not guilty verdict.
Now we go back to him.
Hold it!
Can it really show up new clues though?
Don't know unless you try.
How about this print here? It should do the trick, I think.
Take that!
Alright then, juror number 3. Sorry for all the cuts and interruptions. Alright then, juror number 3. Are you saying you can do this with any 2 suitable photographic prints?
Of course I can.
Very well then, I'd like you to demonstrate.
I'd be delighted to. Just give me one more print and I'll amaze you all.
Take that!
Alright, these 2 prints were both taken with the same camera and windy banks on the night in question.
Yes, I see. Tell me, Mr. Lawyer. Do you know how stereographic images work? Do you understand the principle?
Well, I think so. I did have a lesson only yesterday. The left and right eye images need to be the same, only with a slight shift in the position of some objects. Then, when your brain merges the 2 images together inside your head, it notices the shift as if there were depth.
Yes, exactly.
It's that small shift between certain objects in the 2 pictures that's really important. So what happens if you use 2 photographs that are exactly the same then?
No, obviously that wouldn't work at all. Not for seeing the scene 3-dimensionally anyway.
Oh! Of course, now I see.
Oh, I think the young girl has discovered the secret. Oh god.
I have. I forgot about the cross-eyed face. Can you uncross your eyes before you tell me? Have another look at these 2 pictures from Hurley's camera, Reno. Go on.
Alright, wait. Before we do this, I want to see if I can spot the difference before we go into Stereoscope. And then I want to see if I can Stereoscope it myself on my computer. Almost. Nope. I still can't do it perfectly. Alright, we're just gonna have to rely on the game. But if I had to pick a difference, I think it's the cat photo has moved. I think that's the difference. The cat photo has moved slightly. It's either that or it's a piece of paper. Oh, wait, shoot. I forgot to read that. Of course there is. There are 2 people in the first and no people in the second. Well, yes, you can see that's true. Wait, but now, try looking at the pictures in 3 dimensions. Alright, I'll give it a go. So, to start with, you have to cross your eyes and then try to make the 2 pictures overlap exactly. See if by crossing my eyes I can make the quill pens from each picture overlap in the middle.
Nope, I can't do it. Maybe if I stand super far away. Is it the, Is it the scale? Because that seems... Because I managed to get my eyes to make them overlap perfectly. It's actually super cool when you have one thing to focus on. But I can't really see what they're getting at with the depth. But this does give a weird sensation to, like, see one clear image. Wait. Well, did you manage to see it properly, Runo? We are going to save here. And say... Yes, I saw it. Ah, what's going on with these two pictures? Oh, whoa, I was actually right. That is, some of the things on the counter just sort of jump at you. Oh, I was actually right? Holy crap, that's so cool. So that actually works. That actually, like, they actually took the time to make stereoscopic images for this game. That is so cool. They sort of jumped out at you.
Yes, that's it, you see. That's the other amazing power of stereoscopes.
Other amazing power?
Is someone going to explain this? Is someone going to explain this black magic, eh? Why the deuce do some of these things on the counter just seem to jump out at you like that? I think you'll find that if you consider the basic principle of stereoscope, you'll answer your own question.
Basic principles of the stereoscope.
As I said before, if you try to look at two identical pictures using a stereoscope, it won't work at all. It's a slight shift in the position of certain objects that lets you see pictures in three-dimensionally.
In other words...
Alright, let's see if I can do it again. So focus on the quill.
Yeah, that is... I don't notice that the other stuff pops out, but I do notice that the scale stands out the most when I cross my eyes like this. It is super weird that, like, you struggle with it for a long time, but once you focus on it, it's almost like it stays in place and you can actually, like, move your eyes and observe. That is super cool. Even though at first glance it seems the objects on the counter haven't moved at all between the two pictures, this shows that actually there must have been a slight shift in position. Oh wait, you can actually very clearly see it in the pictures regardless. Look at the little candle behind the right side of the scale. It's closer to the edge on the other picture. So you can actually very easily see that. Huh. So I guess if you look hard enough, you could have noticed the difference without the stereoscope. This shows actually there's been a slight shift in their position. Yes, there must have been.
Now hold fire there, sir. Got a reasonable grasp of this whole cross-eyed business now, I'd say. But why the devil does this shift between the two prints exist in the first place?
Well, what's the answer, fellow? Come on, you're the cross-eyed master.
What? Me? I haven't the first idea.
You know, Reno, it's quite simple.
It is?
Just think it through step by step.
The first photograph was taken at 1 a.m. Oh wait, that's Iris.
The first photograph was taken at 1 a.m. Then 30 minutes later, the second photograph was taken. But the position of some items on the counter appeared to have shifted slightly in the interim. So that means...
That means that sometime in the half-hour interval, someone must have tampered with the things on the counter.
Zookers!
Someone tampered?
New information, stop. Not mentioned testimony so far, stop.
Yes. We've had to go around in circles a little here, it seems. But I'm starting to see what I should be aiming at in this summation examination now. Ladies and gentlemen, the question now is clear. We know the items on the countertop were moved, but by whom?
Are you suggesting you might know?
Of course. I can tell you right now who is responsible for the almost imperceptible shift in the items on the counter. Let's go with Nash Skulkin.
Take that!
It was the witness currently in the stand, the Skulkin brothers.
Wait, this does not agree with what brother said in testimony before. They said they did not even have time to pull dukes from Lucy Lockets. My phrasebook says dukes is meaning hands and Lucy Lockets is meaning pockets. But is this another lie? Is this what you are saying?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Now hold on a minute. You can't be sure of that.
I quite agree. The accused is a common pick purse after all. It's perfectly possible that she went through the things on the desk to see what she might steal. I think that's unlikely.
And why exactly?
As you can see from this photographic print, the defendant was pointing a gun at the victim. It would seem, as my learned friend indicated, that she was coercing Mr. Windybank to open the storeroom door. In other words, Miss Lestrade's interest lay within the storeroom, not in the main shop, giving her no reason to touch anything on the counter. All of which points to one thing. The Skulkin brothers have omitted key facts in their testimony. Oh shit. But the accused is a pick purse. Common gutter trash. Why look any further for the wrongdoer here? Because the Skulkin brothers are thieves, madam. No better. In fact, worse than a pickpocket. Or than a pick purse. I believe that these brothers were looking for something on the victim's counter that night. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you would condemn the defendant on the grounds that she's a pickpocket, would it not at least be right and proper to thoroughly scrutinize the testimony given against her by the two thieves?
Well said. I, for one, would like to hear more from that shady pair.
Because he needs to keep his hands sterile, so he hits him with his fork. That's awesome.
Can you all see now? I think you'll find stereoscopes aren't playthings. You've seen their extraordinary potential firsthand.
Holy Hearted agree. Stop. Must purchase after trial. Stop. Will return home via Regent Street. Stop.
Well, it would seem the trial is yet to run its course. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have declared their inclinations via the mighty scales of justice. I hereby call this summation examination to conclusion, with the balance altered in the defendant's favor. Two lean to guilty, 4 lean to not guilty. Accordingly, the jury is without consensus, and I order this trial to continue.
Yay! Well done! Oh, by the way,
What?
you should hold on to this, Reno. You never know when it might come in useful.
Twice in one trial would be unusual, surely, but alright.
The stereoscope has been entered into the courtroom. A fold-up device that allows anybody to enjoy seeing things in 3 dimensions simply by looking through the eye scope. Lord Von Zeeks. Also, I gotta mention, I love how everyone went cross-eyed, except for Lord Von Zeeks, who like, he's not putting up with that cross-eyed bullshit. He just uses the device. You will instruct the witnesses that the court demands additional testimony from them. I'm sure it won't spoil the bouquet to do so. The bouquet? What? Or is that supposed to be banquet? I don't know. To do so, my lord. I've won myself another chance to probe that pair about their activities that night at least. And I won't stop probing them until I've proven that Gina is innocent. Wait, a to be continued in the middle of a trial? Well, that's unexpected, but a perfect place to end the episode. I always find that these work perfectly. It's a perfect way to break up an episode. You know, once you get to a summation examination, end the episode, and then the summation examination usually takes enough time for a full episode. Works out perfectly. Yeah, so thank you all so much for watching. Trial part 2. Oh god, this is gonna be a long case. Yeah, so thank you all so much for watching. And as always, stay safe, have fun, and have a great day.